And all right, so with over 74K followers on IG, well known for some of the best saucy, rip and dip food porn videos anywhere, the foodie I've personally known the longest of anyone else on the Las Vegas scene, and now officially the very first guest on the freaking podcast, Eat Me Las Vegas, Emily Romero. When was the last time we hung out?
I'm so excited.
No, I'm excited to have you. Like when I figured out this was actually going to happen, you were the one that came to mind as the first guest because we've known each other the longest. You pretty much know all of my bullshit, and so I figured this would be a good starting point. So, how have things been for you?
Good. I've been home a lot, doing a lot of takeout. Kind of loving it.
That's awesome. What was the best thing you ate? What was the best thing you ate in the past week? Anything?
Let me see. What have we eaten? We got a really good takeout from Buddy V's the other day. We had some good meatballs. Yeah, those were delicious. And then we also did a really great Bazaar Meats takeout, which, oh my God, so fantastic. We loved every single bite.
Yeah, I saw the setup from the charcuterie to those crazy olives and the dessert.
All the good stuff for sure. They even, provided a dish, which was really cool. So one of my favorite restaurants. So I was so excited to be able to dine out since I haven't really been able to in a really long time.
Yeah. When was the last time we hung out? Maybe Rachel's Kitchen?
Maybe. Yeah, probably Rachel's Kitchen. We did a shoot there a couple weeks ago. So that was fun.
And then the last time we had dinner.
It was definitely 2020.
Was it Golden Steer?
I can't remember. Yeah, it might have been Golden Steer. Actually.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Partage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So those that don't know, Partage is like a modern French restaurant off the strip. But if you're tuning into the first one, you probably know both of us. So you probably know that already. So, but I really wanted to start off with you. Yeah, because we know each other so well. And I kind of wanted to go over, your whole climb from, working the regular job, all that stuff, and making the leap to a career and all that. And I distinctly remember we were at Giada at a Yelp event. This must have been 2015, 2016.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And you were telling me you just hit 3K followers. And to me, that was like, holy shit. Like, I can't even imagine.
You were my plus one. Now I beg you to be your plus one. Things have changed.
No, you're still killing it. So I kind of wanted to kind of go back to those days and talk about the beginning. What it was all kind of like when you initially went from Yelp to Instagram, and that first wave of social media foodies, which I include you, Unlocked, Paul Ryu Sauce, Ninja the Foodie, bunch of people who aren't really around the scene, like Still Not a Foodie or Oz Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a pretty small group. What are the things that you remember about starting out then and making that transition from Yelp to social media?
Right. Well, and I remember because I met a lot of you guys from Yelp. So many, I think we've known each other, probably 10 years, almost, maybe more. I don't know, like forever. So, and I just always really loved food and I would always post it. I think I transitioned into Instagram basically because I remember one of my really good friends messaging me saying she had to hide me on Facebook because I posted too much food. And I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh gosh. So I just I'll just dump all this stuff over here. Maybe if anyone cares, they can look at it. And it kind of worked out. So I kind of was the start of everything. And I don't know, it just kind of took off from there. And I wasn't really even paying attention to it because I just was doing what I already did regularly. So it didn't feel like I was doing anything special. And then I just remember someone mentioning holy cow, you have a lot of followers. And I was like, I didn't really notice that. And I look back at those photos and I'm just like, oh my God, why wasn't I even looking at that?
Right. Yeah. I mean, the evolution of the post itself has come such a long way.
Right. Right. We used to
so,
just kind of spur of the moment posting as we were eating dinner.
Oh, really? Wow, I can't imagine doing that now.
6 posts in a row, just like, okay, here's my, my salad, and here's my sandwich, and then now here's my soda. Like it was just like, I thought it was Insta. Right. It was like playing by the rules. So yeah, I remember when I started like editing photos and then progressing to, really like working angles and seeing what other people were doing and seeing what looked good and make that food look as delicious as possible. And then I know a couple of years ago, I started looking and seeing like, oh my gosh, are people doing videos? Like, do I have to do videos too? So I kind of played around with it, see what I could do, play with my food, which I kind of like to play with my food anyway, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Just embarrass myself a little bit more with my family and my friends. So, I was like, that's fine. So I would, play with my food and I would, see what I could do with it, and started posting that. And I saw that that was really taking off. And I was like, I guess this is what I'm doing now.
Yeah. So when did you meet all the original foodies? Did you all just meet at a media event?
So I remember my first invite. It was from an Unlocked event. And I think it was like, I believe it was T-Bones. I think it was actually T-Bones. And I met May, Vegas Dining, when she was here. And I met Ed, Vegas Food Baron. And I remember Mimi Heyo Mayachi telling me she was there, but I didn't actually meet her then. And it was just so cool. I was like, oh my God, they have so many followers. And I was like, I'm just like nobody. Why am I even here? And it was so fun. And I loved meeting everyone. And then the invites just kept coming, and there were more and more of them. And I got to meet Drew and Unlocked. And I honestly, I remember following Unlocked. This was 2000, I believe, early 2014. I actually won a contest on his page. And I got to go to like a Valentine's Day dinner and I saw him there. But I don't think I actually did a whole intro thing, but I do remember I was there. I think it was
right.
Swig or something.
That's cool.
It was so long ago, but yeah, I mean, it's just been such a crazy ride. And I was actually, I work with Paul, Ryu Sauce, obviously at Jump Force. And we were chatting about how we first met. And, cause I remember he was at one of the first events that I had gone to. I think it was one of the second or third events at Hearthstone. And it was Drew and me and Saverson City, Terry, and I met Madison, and then I met Paul, and he was exactly how he is today. So it was just so funny, thinking back to way back when we were, didn't know each other, and now we see each other every single day.
So I wanted to preface that for listeners. Unlocked, UNLOKT, is the biggest food account in Vegas. 300, he's close to 400K pretty soon, and one of the first guys to do it and kill it, and still does. So, and then Jump Force, which is a big social media company in Vegas, run by Paul Ryu, and Emily's a huge part of that company. What are your
2 years now? Almost
2 years?
2 years almost.
Yeah. You quit your job before I did.
Yeah. So I think it was almost around the same time. It was a month apart. Cause I remember telling you oh my God, I'm doing this. And then you did it. So we had 2 big celebrations. Oh my God, this really happening.
Yeah.
It's pretty unbelievable, but it's been so awesome and just very, very, very fun. Very fun.
What was there a light that clicked on where you said, I need to leave the corporate situation and do this instead?
So I've been thinking about it because it really did take up a lot of my time, and I basically thought about it all the time, the food stuff, and I was kind of making my little transition into it, kind of helping run accounts and creating content for a little bit of time. So when Paul had brought it up to me, he's like, He's like, because I don't think he actually ever knew what I did. Like, I don't think any of us knew what each other did for jobs. We just
we could maybe the company name. Yeah, that was about it.
So we would, I think one day he just kind of asked, like, "What do you do for work?" And I like described it, and he's like, "We need that. We need that, and we need you here." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's do it." So it kind of just all the puzzle pieces put together very quickly and very just on their own. Like it just kind of happened, and I don't even remember really. It just all of a sudden I was doing it, and I remember telling my boss at my old job, and she was like, "Yeah, of course that's what you're doing. I knew that's where you were. That was what was going to happen." She was not shocked at all. So it was just kind of just worked out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy to think. I can't even imagine going back to a regular job.
I know. I was mentioning the other day, because I was like, I had to wake up early for like an early shoot, and I had to be somewhere by 8. And I was like, oh God, that's so hard. I was like, I did that every day for like forever, for my whole entire life. So it's just interesting how things change so quickly.
So, I mean, this last year, I really feel like of anyone in the food scene, you've been the most careful of anyone. And I mean, do you mind shedding some light on the past year for you?
For sure. I mean, definitely, obviously this whole thing. And I think a lot of it was to do with not only myself. I mean, obviously I cared about my own health, and I cared about my fiance's health, Aaron, and my family, but I was really like trying to educate myself about everything that was happening. I was trying to, follow the people that were the smartest about this particular topic, epidemiologists and different like healthcare, resources. And I kind of just followed what they were doing. They were being extra cautious. They weren't going out. And I really, really wanted to still support restaurants, and, support workers. So, I mean, I have made a really valiant effort to eat out as much as I can, as far as takeout, delivery, try not to do too much delivery, but mostly just takeout, supporting all my favorite restaurants from home, so that I was still able to do that, but still, keep everyone safe. So that was kind of my priority. I know a lot of times I had taken a dip in followers and in engagement. I knew that was, I was taking that risk, and it did happen. And I was fine with that, for making my opinions pretty vocal on my page.
Yeah.
But I knew that was my priority, and I kind of just followed my heart about that.
Yeah. And I think that's, for social media, for people who want to stay true, that's what you should do. I mean, follow what you want to do. And if people are into it, great. If not, then fuck them,
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's so easy to just go after the likes and go after that, content, but I really had to make sure that I still prioritize things that I found important. So it's kind of where I have been, which, it's difficult. I mean, I see everyone going out, and I see everyone having fun and seeing each other, and I miss everyone so much, but, I just kind of tried to, I know that we're getting to a place where we might be able to start seeing each other, and I'm so excited about that.
Yeah,
so
hopefully we'll rage soon.
Exactly. So I already have my list.
Really, what's on the list?
I definitely want to go to Esther's Kitchen. I love that place. I miss the bread, and I miss my pasta, and I need to have it like now. And then I know Aaron has told me that he's like, the first place I want to dine out is at Partage. He hasn't been there since like it opened, and he's been like so jealous seeing everyone's photos. So he's already made it clear that's where we're going.
Awesome. And then I have some stuff, hopefully, that we can do all together. Hopefully very soon. Might include some karaoke, I hope.
Oh.
We'll see.